Um, Welcome to my late night yap sessions, and um, today I'm talking about, in my opinion, why the destination is a bullshit concept. And this came about because I was at my friend's house around 3 days ago, and we were watching a show. And after we went for a walk, and on a late night walk, you start talking to your friends about like life, how you're feeling about everything, and all like you're doing. And he was telling me that he thinks that he's falling behind, that he's like lagging behind others. And when he said that, my first thought wasn't like, oh, me too, or I think as well, but more that who does he think he's falling behind, or what does he think he's falling behind in? And when I asked him that, he said he just thinks that he's falling behind in life, like generally, and that he doesn't know that if he's actually gonna reach like that level of success. And after I went home, like even on the way back, I was just thinking the entire time, what actually is success? Like, what is that success that him and so many others are so caught up on all the time? Is it like a financial success, like mental success, like being happy? Is it like a lifestyle success? Is it like being fit? Like what? And I think when most people say success, I do think they mean financially, even if that is a bit shallow. I think a lot of people always think that success is financial. But even in financial, what is actually considered success? Is it like making millions and having a big penthouse with a ton of supercars, like living that bougie lifestyle? Or is it just having enough money to support your family, had to like put food on the table, put lights in your house, have electricity, warm water, and all that? Or is it just a means to an end, enough for you to travel or fulfill like your desires, like new clothes, traveling, music, concerts, things like that? Is it just a gateway for you? Or is it a status that you want to reach? And this this kind of it puts that thing into like perspective of success to society is such an ambiguous concept. So even for something this ambiguous, why is it the metric of like happiness so many people determine their self-worth on? That like is something so different for everyone, and yet it's something that people think that they could use as a universal indicator of where they should be in life. Anyways, yeah, that was my mindset for a bit in the moment. And then, I went home, I watched TikTok for a bit, and then I came across this one reel which was talking about this Buddhist concept called samsara, I think. But yeah, I'll show you the photo. It's a man in gold chains. Oh, you guys cannot see that. Anyways, yeah. It's a man in gold chains saying how if the other person who's in iron chains works as hard and spends his life as dedicated as the other guy to being successful, then he can also be in gold chains with him. And the original meaning, I'm pretty sure, is to do with the Buddhist idea of letting go of your worldly desires, so you're not a slave to, that desire of having money, of getting women, of like anything like that. But just like letting go. But I really interpreted this in a bit of a different way, and I interpret it as like somebody was a slave to their destination or to their goals. And like if there's someone who only focuses on their outcomes, or how they only focus on where they want to be compared to where they actually are, there's no difference to being a prisoner to your own goals or being shackled by your own goals, and like pushing your happiness away from where it could be. And even since birth, the bar of success is always going to be changing for everyone. The goalpost is always getting moved back no matter where you go. Even from when you're a baby, your first goal ever for everyone is just to walk. Then you're going to go into school, you're going to be, oh, my goal is to read. Then you're going to keep going after a bit, you're going to be, oh, my goal is to fit in with people at school. My goal is to get my first job. Then it's to get my driver's license. Then my next goal is to score well in high school and go to an amazing university with all my friends. Then graduating from uni, my next goal is to get a good first job, and my next goal after that is to really, really like get up in that job and get a ton of promotions and make a ton of money. Basically, the metric of success is always getting pushed further and further up compared to where it was before. And it's not a healthy way to think about it. I have another friend who is trying really hard and is doing a really good job at trying to become an influencer on like TikTok and Instagram and everything. And he hit 10,000 followers on TikTok so fast. Like, it is one of the fastest I've seen anyone hit it. And yet, he was expressing to me just about an hour ago how he wanted to go even faster to reach even further and get that 100k followers as fast as possible. And when is that metric of success? Like, I've said metric of success a ton, but when is that like goal gonna be enough? You know? When do you reach that one point where that final goal is the destination and you don't just continuously keep pushing that goal back and back and back until you think you've actually hit it, you know? When is that final destination there? Is it with like grandkids? Is it with like a big house where you can support your family for generations on end? Or is it just thinking with like maybe you're alone but you still had like a really fun time, you know? Where is that destination? And I don't think people who are too focused on the goal at hand are like gonna be reaching that destination that they consider to be success. I think if you focus too hard on just hitting your goals and nothing else, then that destination is going to be always out of reach. And what's worse, it's going to ruin you as well, your mental state, because you're always just going to keep asking for more and more and more. Now, this goes back to my friend originally thinking how he was behind, and like behind someone that he doesn't know, behind someone in a goal that he might not even give a shit about in 4 years. Something that maybe right now his goal for success is to score 70% of his midterm exams for uni, or maybe is to make a ton of money at his part-time job. But it's a goal that he won't care about in the future, and I guarantee it. So why is it something that you need to focus your mind so heavily on? And when you hit all your goals, what's next? Do you just end it there, finish it, like say you've hit my goals and just retire and just sit there for 20 years of your life? And this isn't me saying don't have goals. This isn't like I'm trying to push you away from trying to reach some form of like having self-fulfillment in life. I still think have goals. I'm saying like still aim for as much as you can, but don't do it in a way that messes you up mentally or makes you think less of yourself. Especially if it's you comparing yourself to others. If it's you thinking you're not going as fast as others and that's what makes you think that you're not successful, that is the worst type of goal setting you can have. And another way I was thinking about it, I don't think that there is a destination, honestly. I think birth is the journey and death is the destination, and that is it. Even if you hit that final goal that everyone considers to be success of having a big family and a ton of money and everything by the age of 70, and you live till 90, what is the next 20 years of your life without a goal? What is the next? Do you just sit there for 20 years like a potato? You have to think about something to do in that 20 years. And that's when you really, really understand that the journey is what you need to be focusing on. Even though it's something that everyone's been told all the time, that the journey is what you want to do. The journey is the actual thing that you want to focus on. The pursuit of happiness is more important than the destination. Everyone knows this, but no one actually puts it into practice. And I don't want to focus on just goals, but even me, it's hard to not focus on something when it's right in front of you compared to just enjoying the little things in life. That was my yap session for the night. And yeah, it only really came about when I was having my talk with my friend about how he thought he was falling behind and like he wasn't on par with others, which it made me a bit sad for him because he's a really, really good person and he's doing everything correctly right now. He's doing everything just as he's meant to be doing in a way that he thinks, like in what he thinks is the right way for him, you know? And even though he's doing all of that perfectly, he still feels behind, which it makes me feel a little bit sad too, and maybe like other people feel as well.